This actual ticket has been decided that I'm going to sing, so here we go. And a one, and a two, and a 1, 2, 3, go. Adam Cole and the babies. 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 That was great. The party for life. The party for life. The party.
What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody had a great start to their week and an even better weekend. This is THS Wrestling presents That Wrestling Show. My name is John, and I am a man who had the softball game of his life yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
And I am joined, we'll get into it in a second, and I am joined by a man who was very disappointed by Marvel's announcement when he did not see his name on the back of a chair. Neesin, how you doing?
I don't know what you missed. I see my name. It said Neesin. I posted it on my Instagram story, and I let everybody know I'm playing Blade. I'm bringing it back. I'm playing Blade. Either that, or Dr. Voodoo. Honestly, that's what I really want to play. Dr. Voodoo, I think.
All right. Okay.
Character. If you guys are reading the Storm, the new Storm, it's great. But yeah, I'm just a guy right now that doesn't have a ring finger. It almost got severed off on Friday.
What happened?
And here I am.
Is that the same finger?
No finger fun. You said what?
Is that the same finger from NXT injury?
Oh no, it was my thumb. That was is it the same hand?
Same hand?
It may be the same. Yes, it's the same hand. It's the same hand, different finger. Yeah, yeah. I think just me and fingers. We don't get along.
I guess not. Matthew, what's going on? Party people, indeed, in the house. We got a lot to go over again, and we thank you all for joining us. Yes, happy MLB season eve.
All right.
Somebody took the day off tomorrow, and it would be this guy.
You were not right
about the New Day again.
They did not break up. They didn't break up. Okay, so you're not right.
New Day didn't break up. They upgraded.
Yes, thank you. They got rid of a bad friend until that friend comes around and Matthew. Let me ask you, Matthew. Just put it in the chat, Matthew. Okay, if your friend, your best friend, if they were hurt and they went away, but you were going through all this turmoil and all this grief with your other friends, and you need help, and that friend, instead of trying to help you, they show up to your house, they show up to your job, and they don't say anything to you. They don't lend a hand. They do not help you whatsoever. They actually get paid. They actually get paid and do a job right next to you, but never lends a hand to actually help mend the quote unquote brotherhood. Would you still be friends with that person? Once you realize that, once you see that, once you, wake up to that, would you still be friends with that friend? Just put it in chat. We'll talk to it by the end of the night.
By the end of the night, indeed. Hey, they turned heel. I was right. They turned. There you go.
You said they'll break up. You said they'll break up. That was the whole
New Day's still a thing. Also, did you see the amount of, even though they're so upset with their former friend, the amount of restraint Kofi and Xavier Woods had by not, in typical wrestling fashion, beating up their friend? They didn't.
You know why?
Why?
Because they're the good guys.
I agree. I
So,
agree.
you know,
It's a
even
simple
even in
fact
that
of
logic,
life.
I don't need to see a heel turn. Even in that logic, Matthew, what heel turn? What is that? You know what? It's you that John Cena's talking about. It's you.
Yes, Matthew. He's talking about you. And boy, oh boy, we got round 2 of John Cena and Cody. And I watched this live and then I thought about it. I have 2 different opinions, and we'll go with
Ooh,
my second opinion, but I have to pose the question first, Neeson.
okay.
Did Cody Cena the segment part 2, did it bring more to the table, or do you think less is more?
Honestly, I'm already in. Like I'm 100% in. They could show up every week and say 2 words and I will still be front center in front of my television. Can't wait to watch this match versus Cody Rhodes and John Cena. But what I did think this promo did specifically for John Cena, he mentioned Ric Flair. He mentioned the Woos. He mentioned the 17-time winning a championship. He mentioned the spinner belt. He mentioned taking the thing that we hold so dearly as wrestling fans away from us, which is the title. That's what he mentioned. He mentioned winning and going home. It was his time to do that. I don't know, man. I really think it's a high chance John Cena could win, change the title into his title out of spite, sell some more titles, and go home. And go home.
Yeah, I was very interested in his wording about ruining professional wrestling for us by take I found his wording very interesting, and I also found it very familiar. Um,
Ooh.
because if you remember back in, I believe, I cannot remember what year it was, but a certain other person said they were going to win the WWE championship and they were going to take the title and leave the company. And that
See,
person did.
2011.
2011, thank you. He left in 2014. So in
Yes.
2011, so I found that to be very interesting wording to where he was going to take the title and then any other title after that wouldn't mean anything, which is real funny because that's exactly what happened with Punk. But Punk did well, I guess he did it out of spite, out of frustration and spite. I was fully expecting Punk to come out after he started talking about, I'm going to take the title, I'm going to go home. Any title that comes after it is not a real title.
Right.
I was expecting like the, oh, really? Kind of like when you beat Rey Mysterio and held up that fake title and I came back with my real title. Weird. We're not there yet.
Yeah. I would say, yeah, we can't get there yet because Punk is dealing with the Shield,
Yes.
2/3 of the Shield, right? So until we can get those things cleared up, and even Randy Orton, like there's this farewell tour for John Cena and having the real starting point being WrestleMania, we got bangers coming. Like we got a whole summer
We
of
do.
bangers of just and I'm not even talking matches. Like just think like this is all storyline. They haven't
Oh,
touched
yeah.
each other technically and since the whole elimination chamber thing.
Yeah.
So we're storyline heavy. Like this is we're here. The men's soap opera as
Yes.
when I was growing up as it was called.
I will say I posed the question, did this add or take away? And the more I think about it, when it first happened, I went, this feels like we're doing the same thing as last week, but we're
Yeah.
getting more of a response from Cody, which I kind of didn't want because I almost wanted Cody to come out and be like, so this guy's still here, huh?
Yeah.
And then just dismiss. It's this guy still. I don't care about this whiny John Cena. But he gave him a little more, I think, this time around. He tried to bait him into a fight, which didn't happen. But overall, I think the best parts were the Cena parts.
Of course.
And I think, honestly, if this is the open of the show until Mania every week, just them going back and forth, I'm here for. I mean, I was already here for it last week, and I'm still like, this is great. I love what we're doing here.
They already advertised it for next week. John Cena and Cody Rhodes in the ring again. Like they already advertised it. Yeah, they did. Right after, I feel like right after that segment, they put the graphic up saying that they're gonna be in the ring together next week.
Are they still in Europe next week?
Yes, they're in the UK. It's the last trip. They're in the UK.
Oh, okay.
They're in London Friday and Monday.
Listen, I'm loving these early afternoon.
So amazing, so great.
It's great.
Tell you,
it's great. I'm absolutely in love with it.
VPNs changes everything.
I'm just like, what time is it? Oh, Raw's on. I'm gonna watch this opening segment. It's fantastic. But yeah, really enjoying
work. Amazing.
Yeah, it's great. You can't beat it. But I'm really enjoying the Cena Cody stuff that we've gotten so far, and it's frankly it's just the beginning because we're about 3 weeks out from Mania, I think. So 3-4 weeks.
4, yeah. 4.
So just keep on keeping on. One thing that I am puzzled about, Neesin,
I'm here,
is it appears that fans across the pond are not using logic and reason when they are
first time
reacting to certain people. And
certain people
we had a very interesting crowd reaction in Glasgow.
Glasgow, Scotland.
Now, I feel a certain way about this.
Okay.
And I think we just have to say it happened. She got booed. I don't agree with it. That's just me. But I think my question to you, Neesin, is do you think because Bianca was booed in Glasgow that they'll start making her the bigger vocal point as a heel in the triple threat and will pump the brakes on Rhea?
Let me say this. Bianca Belair has been the same character since she's been on the main roster. Bianca Belair this whole time has been the face of the women's division since she main evented WrestleMania with Sasha Banks in 2021. Bianca Belair now has edge to her. Bianca Belair now is not coming down the aisle skipping. Bianca Belair now has reason to act the way she acts, right? Like to be able to turn things on, to be able to smack somebody with the hair because they keep like all the things. We both glitched.
Okay, yeah, I was like, whoop, that's some dead air. Yeah. Sorry, folks.
That was great. Yeah. But everyone keeps coming at her. Everything around her just keeps going to shit. So this is not her being a heel. This is her standing up for herself. If anything, I feel like she's gonna get more cheered when she comes back home because this is something that we all wanted to see from Bianca for quite some time. Like we want to see that edginess from Bianca. We missed the times of she don't even go here, Bianca from NXT. Yes. Like she kind of had that when in a ring the other day where she was like, and I sound crazy. That like and it was like, like we missed that Bianca. So I'm happy that organically we're finding a way back to that to give her reason to have that attitude, to have that grit. Because look, I mean, she's the best She's the best probably woman's on a mic. I mean, in the ring, she's just amazing, but also just outside of the ring as a role model, as a leader, she's fantastic. So now she has a little grit behind her. Look what it did for the Street Profits. Look what it did for Montez specifically, and for Dawkins.
Yes,
Got a little grit. Got a little grit. You know,
just a little grit.
Yeah,
I mean, well, Smooth, what's up? Smooth says, I think they should lean into the booze and turn Bianca. Her character as a face is stale, in my opinion.
See,
Neesin,
but that's what I
thoughts?
mean. That's what I mean. Yes, it has been quote unquote stale, but not really. It just needs a little more edge. It needed a reason why. I think if we look at it, the storylines that we're in with Bianca Belair, name how many people is revolving around Bianca Belair. The gravity that Bianca Belair has right now. It's Jade, it's Naomi, it's Liv, it's Raquel, it's Mommy, it's Io Sky. Like these, that's the whole top women's roster.
Yeah.
Like right there. Right. So if this is going to give reason to kind of refresh that stale feeling of just, hey, I'm coming down, skipping, waving my hair, and then, you know, getting beat up and then powering up and doing a KOD, right?
Yeah.
KOD, and then doing a KOD, boom, like we're shifting from that, and I love it.
Yeah.
Man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't know if we need like a full. We just need a little. Need a little grit. Need a little grit.
A little grit. Need a little grit.
Because I think like Rhea should be the true. It's gonna be hard, I think, because she's so popular.
Yeah, I think to me, honestly, like everyone has reason except Rhea. Like to me, Rhea doesn't have reason. Like
No.
you're mad because you're mad because Bianca came out during your match. Why'd you get distracted?
Yeah.
Champions don't get distracted. Do you see LeBron James getting mad? No, he's mad at himself if he got distracted. Kobe Bryant, Serena Williams. No, it's your fault, Rhea. Mommy. I would say it in Spanish if I knew how. If somebody could put it in Spanish,
I barely passed Spanish in high school. So
I took French like an idiot, and you know, bonjour, comment allez-vous?
This sweet na na na. That's all I know. Because it was in that commercial. Remember those old commercials with like they're like, you can learn French easy, and it was like all cartoons. Yeah.
Yep.
With that weird like giant creature thing. Yeah. Anyway,
French language, beautiful language. Beautiful. It's hard as shit.
Agreed. I mean, we're sticking with WWE because a lot happened and it's all promos, which is great. So
stories, baby.
CM Punk was on both Raw and SmackDown this week. And he had a lot to say. And we won't go over what he said, but it is now official that he has said aloud, I brought you into this business, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and I cannot wait to take you out of it. Neesin, best in the world, mic drop. Neesin, how are you feeling about CM Punk versus 2/3 of his creation, the Shield? How are you feeling about it?
Don't you just wish that the Forbidden Door was a real thing and Mox, like this version of Mox, could come in right now and stand next to Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns and actually have a fatal 4-way of what like we're looking at right now, just being like, we're the top guys and we also have to beat our creator. I love this, man. I think there's so many lines to this as far as if this is just the start, they have to get it. Like now Roman Reigns has to answer back with, it's because of you. It's because of you I had to get dog crap thrown on me. It's because of you I was getting booed out of this place. It's because of you that they forced me to put gray contacts in and made me wear those damn contacts. It's because of you. Like I want him to go so because that Seth Rollins has been going hard on Punk. We've seen this for over a year, right?
Yeah,
We've seen
probably longer.
It's Roman's time. And to me, Roman has the most to say about this, and the most vitriol, and plus the Paul Heyman effect. And like, it's so much that Roman could really let loose. And that's what I'm interested in seeing. If this is the start, and if the start off point is, I brought you into this business and I could take you out. Oh, buddy. What do you say? Let's not forget there's a Punk Reigns Shield story where Punk didn't want. That's what I'm saying. Like I think we mentioned Smooth. We mentioned last week about will we get a Cassius Ohno? Will we get a Cassius Ohno mention, because Cassius Ohno was originally supposed to be in the Shield, and I think if we're being just like armchair whatever. If we're really going there, we really want to allow CM Punk to have that aura of I could do and say whatever I want. That's what we have him bring up next. Roman Reigns replies, he comes back, he's like, why am I even listening to you? You weren't even supposed to be in a group in the first place. It was supposed to be Chris Hero.
You should say you weren't the hero I was looking for.
Oh yeah.
Well, it'll probably be something tongue in cheek.
He did say in the promo, some things change and some things still stay the same. I still work with children.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, where we going here? Like, what
yeah, I wasn't gonna bring that up because I'm honestly over it.
Yeah.
I really wish CM Punk was over it. Like, I feel like that didn't even really get a reaction. Like, when he said it, it wasn't like the crowd was like, oh, he said the thing that he said at the other place.
No,
I don't think anyone cares anymore.
maybe if he was in Jacksonville or something like that, I feel like maybe. But yeah, no.
Just everyone needs to stop mentioning each other and just go about their business. It works both ways.
Yeah.
And I feel like they did that with Ricky and Sean Spears on
Yes,
NXT.
I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, like
cool.
Okay. I mean, we'll talk about someone exiting AEW here in a minute, but it's just like okay, like great. Cool.
Yeah, I think I'm one day we'll have to have a conversation about what they're doing with Ricky over there.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to watch NXT for that to happen.
Are you not watching Jordan Grace, our Lord and Savior?
No, because I'm usually going to softball games, so I'm
usually crushing softball games. That's what you're doing.
Dude, I hit an inside the park 3-run home run yesterday. Me.
That's dope, bro.
Yeah, I'm very sore. I'm walking like many of the Japanese wrestlers do to the ring. That's how I'm walking. The 40 plus. I'm walking like Hiroshi Tanahashi. That's how I'm walking today.
One day I'm going to join your rival softball team just to play you, because I have asked like for 3 years now to be a part of your softball team. So now I have to join a rival one, and my sole goal is to beat you in the championship.
Oh man, you'll just show up at the championship game?
Just me, just showing
up.
Just you, just me.
It's just me.
It's just me. Oh,
you know what? This isn't on the docket.
Let's talk about it.
The slap that Jimmy gave to Gunther.
Oh my god,
was out of control.
That had to be sweetened, right? That couldn't be. That's not real, right? That had to sweeten that.
I don't know.
It's no way. It's
I
like
have no idea.
That sounded so loud.
I'm sure maybe they did with the microphone, but I feel like that slap, you can't
I know.
can't fake that. Man, he slapped the shit out of him.
His,
That was great.
yeah, it was. It was great. But I
Seeing you
also
next week.
I also love what led to that though, and just them telling like, now we need that right hand man, Jey Uso. We need that main event Jey Uso, and not like the caricature Jey Uso that's been showing up. I think that's the perfect way to get this going, because look, we need Jay to come back and show dominance and beat up Gunther, right? Like, and not just super kicks or whatever that may be. If it's choking him out, like I would have him go try to choke him out. Like, get behind him, try to choke him out, and then they scurry out. Like, just show that edge. So yeah, man, I'm for it.
If Jay wins via submission, like TKO at Mania, that shit
I
would
wouldn't
be
have that. Yeah,
wild.
yeah, that would be wild. He has to win. If he wins,
Oh,
it has to be with a frog splash.
oh yeah.
It has to be Spears, frog splash. 1, 2, 3.
That receipt's coming, Jimmy. Yeah. Oh boy. He's gonna get
It's just me.
chopped to hell.
Day
Chopped to hell.
one.
Okay, so we mentioned people leaving AEW and like don't talk about, don't tongue in cheek this anymore. I know it's fine, but it did come out today on a podcast that from Saraya herself, that she is officially leaving AEW. There was no bad blood. It's just a mutual agreement. I did also read that one of the reasons she was like, "Hey, can we just not do this anymore?" is because hashtag creative had nothing for her. Which is fine, and it seems like she seems in pretty good spirits about it. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see if we'll see down the line if she has anything else to say. But how did you feel, Neesin, about Saraya's run in All Elite Wrestling?
I thought Saraya's run in All Elite Wrestling was underutilized. I thought she never had the Mercedes match, right? Like, she talked about it. I think the Outsiders kind of fizzled out when it was such a good idea. I think not adding Tony Storm to it, right? Or like that, they didn't add Tony Storm to it,
No,
correct?
Tony was in it. It
Oh,
was
Tony was in it, but it
It
was
was Tony,
Tony,
Ruby, and
Reed, and Saraya.
yeah, and then Harley Cameron to a very lesser extent towards the end.
That's right. That's right. So I think them not riding with that. I think they were not riding with that a little more, making it a strong actual faction throughout the company, and really push it with that talent, and then having a real baby face to go up against that. Like I think Britt Baker at the time was injured, or they tried, or whatever the case may be, but like it just fell off, and so I think she was underutilized. I think she got faded and got kind of caught in the new shiny toy that kept coming in. And then plus the women as a whole were just, I mean, one match, or like short matches, or we had multiple conversations about that. So yeah, man, it sucks that that time was spent like that, but also I think this is the perfect time for her to go back to the Fed.
Well, we'll get to that in a second here, but I do think overall her run in AEW, she was underutilized.
Yeah.
She was a pretty big star in WWE, and it just kind of felt like they didn't really do a lot with her. Now, I will say they did at least give her a really cool moment when she did win the title at Wembley in her home country. So that was cool. I mean, that's a cool little moment to have. It didn't last long though at her as champion, but Yeah, I mean, and I don't think she ever got injured while she was there. So overall, I agree. We were super high on the Outcasts when it first happened. We were like,
We
"Oh, this
were.
is cool."
Oh, Outcast. Why did I say outsiders? I'm sorry.
Well, I mean,
Outcast.
whatever. We were
It was
super high
mimicked
on
out.
the
Yeah.
we were super high on them, and we were like, "This could be really cool. This could be like the NWO women of women's wrestling. That's
Yes.
fun."
Yes.
And
Yeah.
like, I won't be too critical here, but like most factions in in AEW, it's really
Speak your
cool,
mind.
and
Which
then
faction?
it's not.
Which
see,
faction are you referring to?
see Death Riders, but tonight we'll
Ah,
talk about that in a little bit here.
yeah.
Death Riders, Inner Circle,
Mhm.
the Pinnacle. Pinnacle was like that was like I can't even remember. It was like 5 minutes. Jericho
Yeah.
Appreciation
Yeah.
Society.
Pinnacle.
That was around for a while.
I was still, yeah. And then I turned into the learning tree.
Learning Tree, which that might not even be a thing for much longer. But anyway, we had a lot of hope for the Outcasts. Overall, I think Saraya's run was a little below decent.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with her, just in, you know, how she was
Mhm.
used. And I think that Wembley moment really, I'm like, that's a cool moment to have in your home country, winning the championship in front of the biggest crowd. Now, you did mention WWE. Now, I don't know what the contract situation is. I think it said, I read that the contract was supposed to be up in September. So I
Mhm.
assume they just mutually were like, hey, this is the end of the contract. So I don't know, like, if ending the contract early means that she has to wait until September, but that's
Mhm.
besides the point. So you are of the thought that this is the perfect time for her to return to WWE. And my question to you is, why do you think that?
Do you see, and I mean, I guess you don't because you don't watch NXT. But do you see the women's division on NXT right now? It's the cream of the crop. And and then you go into the women's division on Raw and SmackDown. Like there's no room for and no disrespect, but for a I say a juicy Jade, uh, what's her name? Damn, that's bad. I don't even know her name. Or let's go Fallon, right? Let's go Fallon. I love Fallon. I think Fallon's incredible. I think Fallon's a superstar. She'll go up to the main roster right now. She'll get lost. She get lost. Like it's just too many strong characters, talents, etc. But for somebody like Paige, which is a legend, you have Nikki Bella, legend, which is apparently signed a new deal. You have Charlotte Flair, legend. You have Becky Lynch, legend. You could now tell these stories that got cut off short that's already embedded in people's, zeitgeist and brain and consciousness and all those things. With Paige is an easy slot into all of those. Paige versus Charlotte, Paige versus Becky, Paige versus Nikki, Paige versus Bianca, Paige versus Liv, Paige like now we're talking like dream match shit, right? Like we're talking, oh, we thought we quote unquote never get this because Paige has been injured and now she's back wrestling and now she could,
Yeah.
like you could easily slot her in. And that is no credit to anyone that's in NXT at all because they all are incredible. As you see, yeah, look, I think that's fast as hell. But if they can make that happen, they're gonna pull the trigger to make that happen. You know it.
Yeah.
Like we just did it
Yeah.
with Punk in Chicago.
They would have to, like I said, like it's a mutual parting of the ways, but I don't know. There's got to be some non-compete in there.
Well, Ricky Starks did it, right? Like they did a mutual partner ways, and he was
Well, then
gone.
maybe
You
it
know, he
is
was up
that.
and gone.
Maybe we see you at O2. Maybe
Man,
it's just an intro and that's it.
if they do the scream, if that scream hits, oh my, like that's gonna blow the roof off of O2.
Yeah, and I mean, I think
Make it happen, Trips.
I don't know if I want to go as far as to say I think TK is learning. It feels like
From
he's
the learning
learning.
tree?
From I
Or is
am
he
the learning tree.
learning F off tree?
He's learning F off the tree. It feels like he has a huge roster, and if somebody comes to him like, you know, an adult and is like, "Hey, this isn't working for me. Can we just figure something out?" I'd say 2 years ago Tony'd be like, "No." But also I think Ricky Starks, that's also like a real shitty situation as well. But this seems like he's at least like, hey, she came to you and like, "Hey, there's nothing, you guys aren't giving me anything. I've been off TV for months. I'm ready to go. If you don't have anything for me, my contract's up in September. Can we just call it a day on this?" And I mean, it sounds like he was just like, "Yeah, sure. That's fine."
Yeah.
Go ahead.
From what I gather, I think he's in a place of from what I gather, he's in a place of whatever's going to be best for the company, and if I don't have to pay this person more, then and let him go, then I'm gonna let him go.
Her last match was in October.
That's wild,
bro.
Wild.
That is crazy.
Yeah, but he gets he's a victim of the shiny toy syndrome as well. Like he sees a shiny toy, he plays with it until a new shiny toy comes out. Then he tosses that in the grass like Sid, and then picks up another toy.
Or Kyle Fletcher. Did you see the sign?
Oh yeah, Kyle Fletcher. Yeah, because I was like, it's 30 years. It's been 30 years since, guys. Do you understand that? Do you understand how old I am? It's been 30 years since Toy Story came out.
And they're
yesterday.
already
30 years yesterday.
For 5. Or they're showing footage of it.
5 or 6?
It's 5.
5 or 6. It's 5?
Yeah. Yes, that's right. It was this match. Jeez, dude. So yeah, I mean, good for Paige for stating needs, and good for Tony Khan for hearing those needs and making this happen.
We love the good hearers needs.
We do. Got to state your needs. Got to say something to get something.
Closed mouths don't get fed. But also, guys,
very
closed mouths don't get. Sorry.
Oh no, they don't. they do not. So, do I want to see Paige back in WWE? Yes. I just hope that it's not, like you said, shiny toy syndrome.
Shiny toy.
I'm sure she'll be like, "What do you got for me?" Because she's got a book coming out, or it just came out. So she's probably going to go on a book tour. She's probably in no hurry to get
her book came out?
I think so. Or it's about to come out.
Yeah, she's probably not. I mean, but Mania season is up.
Yeah. Who knows? All the best of luck to her returning Monday to WWE.
That'd be incredible. Or Friday.
London
Friday and Set. Friday and
could you imagine?
And Friday is a 3-hour show,
We'll see. We'll see another interesting turn. Okay. So last week I was singing the praises of AEW, and I said we need more of this. Solid show.
Yeah. How
This
do you
week's
feel now?
show was good. It started off a little, I was like, I don't know. We had like a very fast Omega match. Then we had 1, 2, 3 talking segments in a row, which I was like, oh boy. The one segment I want to shine a light on is the Swerve Moxley segment.
Okay.
Where Swerve says, I'm calling out John Moxley, not the Death Riders. Come on out, Mox. I got a lot to say to you. So Mox comes out, and Swerve, every time Swerve gets into like a big, like, marquee match, I go, he's the guy. Every time.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's the guy. And this, I think, again, proved that, where he said, I'm the guy. I'm the most dangerous man here. And I'm going to take over. I'm going to take the title back, and you can continue to play John Moxley on television, and I'll be the baddest guy here, which was a cold line. But then, if you believe it, John Moxley spoke, and I went, oh, where's this guy been? He, with vindication, said, this generation, they don't care about anything. They're just looking at their phones through an Instagram filter. They want everything handed to them. But when I look at you, Swerve, you are what I'm talking about. You're the type of guy that we need. But I'm not going to give it to you. You got to take it from me. And it's like, okay, that makes sense. And I do love the he tried that sneaky shit again. The Death Riders tried that sneaky shit. And I guess he made a phone call to Willow, who came out, who was cosplaying as Rio with the pipe. and he said, I don't think he's like, I'm the smartest guy here. I'm one step ahead of you, Moxley. I did think it was very funny that Moxley's like, I don't know if you're the guy that's prepared to go as far as you need to go. And I'm like, this dude broke into a man's house and hung out with his baby. Yeah. And he broke into another man's house and beat the shit out of him and then hit him with a picture of his dead father. I think you need to reword what you're saying.
I think he's ready, sir.
I think he's ready. Yeah. I mean, this is like a sell you like on the match. And I think it also at least refocuses what the Death Riders are about. I need more of that.
Yeah.
It, like, just kind of like the senseless, kind of weird attacking seems so strange and not what the Death Riders were originally about. Did you catch the segment?
I did. The one part you left out on Mox's part where he said this industry is ran by Hollywood agents and actors. And if clearly, he's talking about Nick Khan, The Rock, but also, you have the man that he said this is who they need was just on doing interview rounds and did a Vlad interview for Christ's sakes, and that just dropped yesterday. So it's interesting that he's saying like you're the guy we need or whatever, but like you're not ready to all this other stuff. And like you said, like this man has been he's been when Mox wasn't there, Mox left, he was the go-to blood guy, Swerve. He was the guy doing all of the quote unquote extreme match, hardcore matches,
Yeah.
Death match stuff. He was on a bigger scale, meaning, right? Like just main
Oh, yeah.
eventing with things. It was Swerve. And so now you have Mox, which, is Mox and a Blade is just best friends. So
Yeah.
you have Mox and you have Swerve now in this iteration of Swerve basically being the king of deathmatch inside of AEW. No disrespect to Cardona. This is going to be something interesting. Now, do I feel personally that Swerve is that person? I don't think so. But I think what I did like is when Swerve and Hangman went face to face right before that. To me, that's the company. That's what AEW has always been to me. Hangman and whoever. And then Swerve, now it's not Hangman or whoever, it's Hangman and Swerve, Hangman and Kenny. Like, I think that's my AEW is that, because you could have a guy that represents now, but also that has shown these multiple sides that he can go to the extreme just to get the title. And I think Swerve has done that in that company when it feels like that, when he's standing next to Hangman. I don't feel that when he's standing next to Cope. I don't feel that when he's standing next to Mox. And I don't know why.
Okay. I mean, I think maybe the company is of the same mind, because we're trying to get, at least it seems like we're trying to get Hangman back to a place where he's not a complete psychopath burning down houses and such.
I
Feels
think you need to leave him there. I think that's where he needs to live. I need him burning down. He needs to burn down a house a week. I need on Dynamite. Dynamite should start with him blowing up a house with dynamite. It's Hangman.
Oh,
Adam Hangman Pyro Page needs to start setting shit on fire.
yeah. I think the only problem with that, I mean, I'm sorry. I think the only problem with him hanging out in this area still, I have no problem with the blowing up
Lighting
a house at the beginning of Dynamite with Dynamite. I think that's great. I think the only problem with keeping him here in that realm is AEW kind of has the cool heel problem, where it's like everyone's like a cool guy who does hood rat stuff with his friends. I had to go back to the classic.
Hey man,
It's fun
everyone
to do
loves doing
bad
hood
things.
rat shit with their friends, man.
It's
Everyone
fun
loves
to
doing
do
hood rat
bad
shit.
things. And I think it's kind of like we don't have, like, I'm not saying he has to be like stomp stomp clap with the crowd getting them going, but I at least we need more faces, because it feels like we have a really cool heel problem. Bad guys doing fun things that everyone likes. So I think I do agree with you. I think Hangman is the guy. We just have to get him back there. And I think the only thing that is kind of puzzling to me now is, well, actually, no, I guess they addressed it when Renee was like, "What were you going to say to Swerve?" And he was like, "That was a lapse in judgment. The mission statement is the same. Swerve will never be champion as long as I'm here."
Yep. I love it.
So I don't know. I could really see Swerve not winning.
Okay.
And I just really wish, like, the Death Riders were a little more, they felt a little more, what is the word I'm trying to, they would feel a little more like the protagonist of all of AEW.
Mm-hmm.
when they just really feel like they are the protagonist of whomever they are hanging out with, whoever they're around. It doesn't feel there. It is. I wish they felt dangerous to the whole company, and they don't.
They don't.
Because then, if they felt dangerous to the whole company, then you have wrestlers like Hangman and Swerve, who it's like, hey, I might hate you, but you're helping this company grow, and these people are trying to, so we get stuff like that to where we have to form a short-term alliance where it's like that big pop would be huge, like stuff like that. And so I think just in closing, I still like Death Riders, at least from Moxley's speech tonight, we're back on track a little bit. I just wish they felt more dangerous overall and not in a shitty heel way. That too. Whoa.
I agree.
Okay, Henson.
Henson, the good old pup, He was trying to say hi to me. Henson, what's up, man? What up, boy? What up, boy? How you doing, boy? Yeah, boy.
It's just me. Oos. Lauren's not here. So they're just losing their minds. We're almost done. I get it. He was like, he actually got up on his
and he did this.
And he did this.
Wrap it up, Pops.
Crazy. I didn't even know he could do that. Wild stuff. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us this week. As always, a fun time. Thanks for everybody that was hanging out in chat. Neesin, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Marvel Rivals. That's where you can find me. I'm addicted.
Have you started?
Oh yes, I have. I've been on it. I'm on it. I'm here. I'm playing with Winter Soldier. I'm playing with Punisher. I hate anyone that uses anyone that flies. You can go to hell. One
of my mains flies.
Yeah.
Star-Lord.
Fuck that. Anyone that flies, I want you to let me know the zip code you live, and I will Google the nearest cliff for you. And I need you to take that route as soon as possible. But I'm playing Marvel Rivals. I would love to play with anyone and everyone,
including me,
that that is playing. And then I'm also playing any other games, really. I thought about buying the show, but I am so terrible at that game. Pingel beat me terribly, and I haven't played since.
Don't do it to yourself.
But hey, we got to learn, and I'm willing to start from zero as I did with Marvel Rivals. But please find me at Stay Fly Life on all the things, all the platforms, all the things, from the PS to the Talk to the Twitter to the Threads to the Facebooks to everything. Stay Fly Life, and go Lakers in 6, you punk bitches.
Whoa.
JP Thrice, where can I find you?
You can find me everywhere at JP Thrice. You can find me on Blue Sky. It's at jp3.notlg.com. Smooths, well, I see you in the show in a little bit. I am going to start streaming. I need to eat dinner, and then I'm probably going to start streaming.
He's a hop on this Marvel Rivals. That's what he needs.
We need to do that, but new program came out for the show, and the people have spoken. But we got to play. We got to figure it out. I got to work it into my schedule, which I have a schedule now.
You're such an adult.
Crazy. That's apparently how much stuff I'm doing.
That's an adult.
Yeah, JP Thrice everywhere. What's that?
All right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on a Wednesday night. Hope everybody has a great rest of the week. Make sure you check out. I almost said a different website.
You didn't. That's how you don't have to make sure you check it out.
Make sure you check out that #show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
If anybody was born or raised in the early 2000s, make sure you just go Google King Magazine. That's all I got to say. Shout out, Melissa.